today is Valentine's Day. So a lot of people are celebrating it elsewhere, but I know God has a plan, and there is no coincidence that you are all here tonight. So you are all here tonight, and I thank God that this is a what a way to celebrate Valentine's Day. Or I know we're celebrating that, whatever. Because for me, every day should be you should show your love every day. So, anyway, whatever. So tonight we're gonna talk about black and white. Okay, so
Sorry.
it's not racist. Not racist. No.
When I think of racism, I think of you.
Who? No. Just black and white. The color of black and white. It does not have anything to do with race. You.
I'm part Nigerian.
Okay, so well, I'm supposed to ask what do you understand by color black and white. So you're probably gonna answer racist. So anyway, so we're gonna discuss black and white in terms of the Christian life. So I think it doesn't have to be about racism or whatever. So, okay, I'm gonna say something and you tell me if it's black or white. Okay. Stealing. What?
Say good or bad.
Huh?
It should be good or bad.
That's racist.
Black and white.
I mean,
There's a purpose. There's a purpose for it. Yeah.
Black and
oh,
So
white.
basically, whatever it is, you attribute a color to
Or
it.
the race one.
No. Okay.
No.
Erase everything about racism or whatever. Okay, just color black and white.
Like
Stealing.
black.
Doesn't mean like that you say black that only black people steal.
Okay, what's the next word? What's the next word?
Huh?
What's the next word?
So stealing is
Black.
what are you? Why are you not?
I don't know.
Okay. Cheating.
Black.
What? You don't know? Okay, obeying your parents.
White.
That's racist.
Just go. Roll with it.
Okay, playing video games.
white.
White.
What? Great.
Great is both good.
Everybody said
I
what?
said white.
It's white, dude.
That's
Black can't afford video games.
watching you girl.
I'm
Girls,
white.
Watching
white.
You Girl.
White.
What?
White.
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 How were you able to determine if it's black or white?
You like it or not?
You like it or not?
It's
Okay.
wrong or right?
It's dark.
Oh no. Why did you say that?
Because it's bad.
Yeah.
I think so.
So, playing video games is white.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
said white, okay. Anyway.
If they could afford it.
Okay, anybody knows the definition of black?
It's dark.
Dark.
Wow, this is very interesting. So, if you look at the definition of black, it is defined as the color of the very darkest color, owing to the absence of or complete absorption of light. So, if there's no light, it's black. Okay. So, how do you define white?
The opposite of black.
No.
Wow, that's a very good.
No dark.
The opposite of black.
Presence of black.
Actually, black is defined also as the opposite of white. So, this is technically correct. White is best defined as the color of pure snow. So, if you've seen the snow is just white. Anyway, so when we refer to the colors black and white, is there any other color that comes to mind?
Gray.
Why yellow?
Great.
Gray.
You said gray. When
Yeah, gray.
I was asking about playing video games, you said gray. So, with the colors black and white, the color gray comes into the picture. So, you know the definition of gray?
Mixture of black and white.
It's a mix.
Mixture. Yeah. Gray is defined as of a color intermediate between black and white, as of ashes or an overcast sky. So, tonight we'll be discussing about those three colors. Okay, black, white, and gray. We will discuss that and use that as references to our discussion tonight. In our Christian life, there are blacks and there are whites, like lying, and because it's black. Okay. A while ago, I was asking stealing and cheating, and some of you were like, don't even have a clue if it's white or black. Right? So, loving one another is white, but there are also gray areas in our Christian life. Okay? So, what is this thing with black and white? And we look for answers. We look to authorities, to the media, to define what is black and white. But guys, you have to know, listen, if you don't have the definition defined by God in your life for something, someone or something will define it for you. Like, who is God to you? I can tell you who God is to you. You have to go to God, you have to ask Him and reveal who He is to you and what it looks like. Like for me, God is like a loving father. Because he protects me, He gives what I need and sometimes what I want. If He thinks that it's what's best for me, He protects me. He pagtanggol.
Defense.
Yeah, He defends me. You see what I mean? So, and God is also like a friend because I can share things with Him. Okay, and like for me, the love of God is like the sun. Because a ray of hope, sunshine, like it's very refreshing after the rain there's sun. And God's word for me is like a horoscope. That's black, right?
Like a what?
Horoscope. That's black. But anyway, only because like some people look at horoscope and then they follow it for the day, like what their what their kapalaran for the day. Fortune.
Destiny?
Yes, fate for a day. So for me, instead of looking for horoscope, when in the morning when I read God's word, it's like my guide for a day. So in that sense, I just refer it as my horoscope. But anyway, so I'm saying is that we have to go to God to define things in our life as Christians. We have to have that personal, intimate relationship, friendship with Him first, then to men. Because there are stuff that's going to happen in our lives that we don't know. Like right now, I'm learning that sorrow can be good. But if you, at first instance, or first glance, sorrow is black, right? And joy is white. But I've learned because sorrow is defined as a feeling of sadness or grief caused especially by the loss of someone or something. But for me, losing a friend, I recently lost a friend, but she did not die. we went our separate ways for specific reason. Maybe I'd probably tell the story later. But the point is, right now I'm learning that sorrow can be good. Sorrow can be white because personally it leads me closer to God, and it leads me to trust God when it comes to that friendship that was lost. So in between the colors black and white is the color gray. You said that gray is in the middle. So think of it as a gray scale. Black, white, gray. So gray scale. The gray scale defines black and white as this. Black and white are exclusively composed of the shades of gray. So the only way that the gray is defined is is through the light. It's because of how the light is shown through the color. You understand it?
You lost me.
Okay. Black, white, gray in the middle. The only way, black and gray are exclusively composed of shades of gray.
You mean black and white?
Yes. So the only way that gray is defined is because of how the light is shown through the color, right? So if it's gray in the middle, if the light, if the light is
Reflects.
closer to it, it becomes white, right?
Yeah.
If it's away from there, away from the gray, it's black.
It's in
Get
the
it?
middle.
So how bright the light is, that's
Yeah, how bright the light is, it determines if it's black or white.
Okay.
So, in our Christian life, it's also we can also use that analogy. The only way we can have the answer to a specific situation is by letting God's light for our specific situation to shine through. Okay? Because there are gray areas in our lives, like playing video games. It can be white, can be black. We don't know. You have to find out your answer for that. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
So, for your questions, for God's light to specifically shine out for you. So you have to ask God. Psalm 119, verse 105. Someone please read it. Psalm 119, verse 105. Does that work?
Yeah.
Is that it?
It's loading.
It's loading.
Wait. Yup. 119.
105.
Wait, it's loading.
It's loading?
Ngayon, paano?
Your it's not mine. Your word is a lamp to guide my feet and a light for my path.
Okay, so anybody knows what a lamp is? Psalm 119, 105 says, your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. So anybody has seen a lamp? Okay, so during the old times when there was no electricity, people would use light as light. So a lamp is vital in finding one's way through the dark. And the analogy, the significance of the reference of a lamp as light, as analogy to God's word, is impeccable. So right now, I would ask someone to turn off the lights. Right.
Turn off the light.
Put on the lamp. Oh, this one. This one.
No, you're smart.
Of course I am.
It's dark.
Turn on the lamp. Okay, now there's light. So, can you hold the light? Please. Can you walk around?
No.
Yes. It's long enough. No?
No.
So, what do you observe?
Looks brighter than what it was before.
What does the what does the light what does the lamp do? What does
Do
it
you like?
Gives away.
does it give light to the whole room?
Oh, lights
No.
are power.
How about upstairs?
No, it only gives light to where it's at.
That's the point. Take a book now, okay, put it down. Turn on the light.
It still seems brighter now. Yeah, keep it
Okay.
on.
Whatever.
That's
So,
pretty good.
like the lamp only illuminates or gives light to a specific area where John Mark is, right? So if he walks over here, if it's that's possible. No. So the lamp will be guiding his way through the dark. It doesn't if all the lights are out, you will just see this portion of the house. You will not see the whole house, right? But the lights there are on. So the point there is that it's the same in our Christian life, in our walk. We cannot see the whole picture. We cannot see the whole road ahead of us. And we don't know what the future holds. Like for some who are in school, like for a certain period, you know that you're gonna graduate from high school or college. But from there, you don't know. Right? You don't know where you what job you'll get or where you'll go. So those could be what can be called as gray areas. Those are crossroads that you call. So whether you're young or you're even adults, there will always be crossroads in our lives as Christians. And we have to seek God. We have to ask God what He wants for us in specific areas of our lives. Sometimes it's not easy because it's not like black or white. It's not saying like cheating at school is not good. Sometimes there are gray areas. For example, after you graduate, there will be jobs offered to you. There will be 2 jobs offered to you, and they're both good. They're not necessarily bad. They're both good, but the key there is asking God and finding which is better. Getting one's offer is a better salary, higher pay. The other one is not so good. It's average, but doesn't mean the one with the higher pay is what is God's best for you.